Okay, coming back to that same throw, which was the final throw of your session, this time we're going to focus a lot more on the upper half of the body, really looking at the rev, race, squeeze, and finish. Okay, and the first thing, really before we even get into it, and this is not something we had a lot of opportunity to talk about on Sunday, but the thing I want to discuss first is what's called separation timing. Okay, and first I also want to point out that your pre-pass position is really good here. I love the way we have the ball angled away from you, which helps to promote that loaded wrist, which you definitely worked on quite a bit through Sunday. I can see you're much more relaxed with your shoulders and your elbows. We could probably relax even a tad more, but that's good stuff. And it's kind of tricky to relax the arms and shoulders but flex the wrist. So you'll learn to do that, but right now really good pre-pass position here as far as your upper body is concerned. Okay, the next thing I want to sort of highlight here is the idea of what's called separation timing. Okay, so the first thing we talked about on your lower half was the drive and stride. And the next thing I want to look at is the connectivity between the rev, the beginning or the starting of your rev, and the stride foot landing. So what you're going to see here is as you stride, your front hand is coming off the ball at the same time. See that? Stride and hand. Okay? What happens is this starts your upper body moving earlier than you want, and it allows you to open up on the top half much more quickly and more easily than you really want to. Ideally, what we want to do is not even start this separation until the stride foot lands. So you think stride, 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 it touches. Now that would be your trigger to start your rev. So that's the one thing we want to kind of work on moving forward, is what's called separation timing. The longer you can wait on your rev, the more it's like stretching a rubber band and getting more and more taut, so it's going to get more snap, and it's going to really turn up the velocity of your arm speed way more, and you're not even having to do anything physically to make that happen. It's just a matter of keeping your body in timing in order to make that happen. So separation timing will really help to speed up your mechanics as well. Okay, but now we look at your rev. Okay, so the rev is something we want to probably work on a little bit, and when we freeze framed it when you were on the chair, you did a nice job of it. But once you start throwing, okay, remember our goal in rev is to think equal and opposite. Let me redraw that. Equal. It's a little low. Okay, so equal opposite on this line. Okay, there's your elbows. And you really want to almost stay on that line as you separate. And you can see what happens is your back elbow is what really makes that move. Apologize, I sneezed. You really rev with the elbow here on your back arm. You're revving with that elbow. Okay. The second thing is you are taking the front hand. If you kind of separated your body right about in half, the front hand really doesn't want to come past that mark. But you see, you push the football, and this is very common as well. Once you push that football, your hand is now back way further than you want. Now when you go to rev, you end up leading with your elbow towards the target. Okay, so you got elbow lead in the back here with your rev, and then eventually elbow lead with the front late. And when you lead with the front late elbow in your squeeze, that ends up becoming a rip and not a squeeze, the way we talked about. So now your front shoulder does not stay closed like we want, and it comes open earlier than we want. Is that the worst thing in the world? No. But can we be more efficient? Yeah. And the desired goal is to keep the front side of your body closed as long as possible to create as much stored energy as possible. And if you watch the Super Bowl, you got a chance to see a lot of that with Tom Brady. He was throwing some balls by staying closed and really driving that back leg and using his brake. His mechanics were on point there late in the game. But this is the one thing. So if you look at the elbow, again, you kind of start out with your rev, sort of your platform here. That's kind of the platform you want to start on, where the elbows are. Okay, and then you want to rev equal and opposite from there, and then we get into our race and squeeze. Okay, so I'll stop there for this video, and I'll come back with race squeeze.